Hi guys, I'm Deanda from everydaydeanda.com, and today I'm going to show you how I use my Cricut Explore Air 2 to make some removable labels really simply for these 3-drawer storage carts behind me. I keep these in the linen closet in my bathroom. It's super duper small in there and the closet is really tiny, so this helps out a ton with storage and organization. That closet, guys, was an extreme mess, totally a disaster, but I've done some organization and I also have an extreme declutter video coming out really soon, so definitely be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because here on this channel and on my blog, we are a community of moms and homemakers who are interested in living life more simply, and we do that with systems, habits, and routines. So step number 1 is going to be to measure the space on the drawers so I can see exactly what size I need to make my labels once I hop over into Cricut Design Space. So it looks like about 4 inches is going to be the perfect size for my labels. So if I measure the height, I'm thinking about 2 inches. 1.5 to 2 inches should be okay. So 4 by 2. We'll call the labels. For this project, you'll want to use removable vinyl. Let's say a year from now you're living in a different house and you have much better storage built into the house, and so you don't need these drawers. Maybe you can put them in the garage, or like me, I could maybe bring it to my classroom and use them there. Removable vinyl is going to allow you to easily remove the vinyl, hence the name, and then you can repurpose your drawers for something else and make some other beautiful labels out of more removable vinyl. For my first drawer, I'm going to label this one Heat Tools, and I'm writing down these labels now so that I'm not like stumped and trying to figure it out once I get onto Design Space. So now I have all my labels figured out. Okay, so now we're in Design Space. Let's click on New Project, and we're going to go over here to Text. And let me go ahead and add my text. I'll do the first label, which is Heat Tools. And I think I want all my letters to be lowercase, so we'll go with lowercase. I'm not really feeling this Cricut Sans font, so let me go in and see what we can switch it to. So I think that this Love Affair has caught my eye, so let's click on that. Okay, so it's almost like a cursive. When I measure the drawers are about 4 inches. We want it to be like 4 inches wide and 1.5 to 2 inches high. If I come over here to width and type in 4 for the width, okay, it's going to automatically adjust the height, and it's going to adjust the height proportionately. If you want to adjust the width and the height separately, you're going to need to unlock. So you can either click the unlock icon right here, or you can click it right here, and you'll see that it's unlocked now. And so let's say I wanted this to be 1.25 inches. So it adjusts the height with the width staying the same. That looks just a little bit weird. I wonder if I did it 2 inches high, it'll probably look even more weird. Yes, it does. So let's go back to let's do 1 inch. But that would be such a small label. Let's do, you know what, we could bump the width up just a little bit, and let's do 4.5 inches. And by 1.25. And I think that looks good. Okay, so we'll do the same thing for feminine. We'll change this one to 4. What was 4.5? Okay. So now I have all of my labels made, and I'm going to click Make It. Okay, and it's just kind of grouping everything really closely together. As you can see, I believe that what it does is it tries to save as much space as possible on the mat. This is just going to be a basic cut. It's only 1 layer because all the labels are going to be black, and because we are not doing any heat transfer, then there's no need to mirror here. Today I'm using this black chalkboard vinyl from Sizer, or made by Sizer. I got it from Michael's. I'm gonna come down here and click the green continue button. It says base material set to paper, adjust to desired material. This is definitely not paper, so let's move the dial to vinyl. So now I just need to press the flashing arrow. And I like to always kind of hold it and with a little bit of pressure, because sometimes when I press the arrow, it doesn't really slide under the roller. Okay, so I could feel it slide under. Now we're ready to go, and I'm just gonna press the flashing C. So apparently vinyl is not the right setting for this material, so I'm going to consult my BFF Google and see what setting I should use. Probably I'm thinking cardstock or light cardstock might be the right setting for easy PSV. Okay, so hopefully the second time will be a charm. Let's do a test run. The cut definitely looks much deeper this time. Just gonna hit it with a quick 1, 2, 3. I always like to start on the edge. And look at this, perfect. The second time I set it to light cardstock, which is the setting that I typically use for glitter heat transfer vinyl. Since I know this cut was successful, I'll cut the rest of these out and then check back in with you guys. I've weeded all my labels, and I really didn't like the way the hair label was much like darker and thicker than all the others, so I changed it to hair tools so it looks a little more consistent. You can see the difference there. I changed it to hair tools to make it longer, and so it just looks a little more consistent with all the other labels. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some transfer tape. This is transfer tape that I have used previously, so hopefully it still works again. I found that sometimes like you can reuse transfer tape, but then sometimes you can't, like it won't really transfer right when you try to reuse it. So I am really hoping that is not going to be the case here. So I am going up and down. I'll be going back and forth because I really want the decal to transfer onto the transfer tape so that I can get it onto the drawers. Sometimes when it doesn't transfer that well, or if it doesn't transfer, I will like focus on one letter at a time instead of just trying to like go back and forth on the whole thing. Looks like success. So handy tip, if your label is not transferring the way that you want it to, then try to focus on, do they call it varnishing, burnishing? I don't know. If you know, leave a comment down below. Focus on scraping at one letter at a time. Okay guys, so I have all my labels done. I threw in this bonus label that says headbands. Part of my organization was like organizing all my headbands, which I love to wear all the time. So I'm just going to put the label right here. I'm going to do my best to center it, and I'm doing this kind of upside down, and I'm holding the bin steady between my legs, and is that centered? Okay, look, I'm gonna have to actually put it down in front of me. That looks like it's about centered. Actually, it looks like there's too much space on this side. I didn't press it down yet, so I'm gonna see if I can take this off and center it more. Came off nice and clean. I'm gonna slide it over just a little bit. I think this is good. So I'm just kind of pressing it down with my fingers, and I'm gonna use my little scrapey tool. Yes, scrapey tool is definitely the technical term for this. I have figured it out. And I'm just going back and forth. Like magic. And the first one here is heat tools. So let's try to get that nice and centered, which I think is right about there. I'm gonna press it down with my hands and just go back and forth, up and down, and oh, this is so beautiful. I love it. It actually doesn't show up that great on camera, and because like there's not a white background behind it, there's actually things in it, but in person it looks really good. Every time I peel this back, it's like I hear the voices of angels singing. This makes my little heart so happy. Who knew this would be my version of fun on a Friday night? Who knew? Who could have guessed? And this has like, it picked up on some of the paper that was on my desk, so I hope that does not transfer. Just to be on the safe side, because I will not hear the voices of angels singing if this white stuff transfers. It's not what I want. We're just gonna cut that out, and now we're cooking with Crisco. It's perfectly on top. This is like the one with all the hair stuff. We have headbands, moving down to heat tools, hair tools, and hair rollers. You know what? This seems like it has something sticky on it already. Let me clean that off. I'll just grab a premium woven exfoliating round along with some 70% isopropyl alcohol that I searched all over my city to find, only to not make my own hand sanitizer the past 11 months. And we'll just use this alcohol to clean and get all that sticky residue off. Just happen to have a washcloth right here because I was purging my bathroom and getting rid of some old towels and things. Here we go. This one shows up really well because the drawer is pretty not empty, but it's not full. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And here is our last label, DIY Body Care. This one is really long. So that's my tutorial on how to make organizational bathroom labels using your Cricut Explore Air 2. It is very simple, super duper easy, and it is going to look so good in your bathroom. So I hope that you found this video to be educational, inspiring. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already for more organizational videos on simplifying your life, creating systems, habits, and routines. And be sure to check out my blog, everydaydeanda.com. I will see you guys down in the comments and in the next video. Bye.